I saved a CEO from choking at a restaurant. Yesterday he showed up at my apartment with a briefcase. Have you ever done something without thinking and had it completely change your life? 3 weeks ago, I was having dinner alone at a small Italian restaurant near my apartment. I'm a nurse at the local hospital, and after a 12-hour shift, all I wanted was pasta and silence. I noticed a man in an expensive suit at the table next to mine, intensely focused on his phone while absent-mindedly eating. Suddenly he stood up, his face turning red, hands clutching his throat, the universal sign for choking. Without hesitation, I jumped up and performed the Heimlich maneuver, and after 3 thrusts, a piece of steak shot out of his mouth and landed on a nearby table. Much to the horror of the couple dining there, the man gasped for air, then turned to me with tears in his eyes. "Thank you," he whispered. "I thought I was going to die." Embarrassed by the attention, I quickly returned to my table. The man insisted on paying for my meal and asked for my name. I told him it was nothing paired, just my training parrot, and gave him only my first name, Emma. I figured that was the end of it, a nice story to tell at work, nothing more. Yesterday there was a knock at my apartment door. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I checked the peephole and saw a man I didn't recognize holding a briefcase. My first instinct was to ignore it. I am a woman living alone in the city. But then he spoke. "Emma, my name is David Mercer. You saved my life at Giuliano's 3 weeks ago." Cautiously I opened the door. It was indeed the man from the restaurant, though now in a more casual outfit. "How did you find where I live?" I asked, immediately concerned. He looked embarrassed. "I am sorry for the intrusion. The restaurant owner remembered you as a regular." I had my assistant make some inquiries. I realize now how inappropriate that sounds. I was about to close the door when he added, "Please, just 5 minutes. What you did for me. I need to properly thank you against my better judgment." I let him in but kept my phone in hand with my roommate on speed dial. "I'm the CEO of Mercer Health Sisters," he explained once seated. "We own 27 hospitals across the country." That's when I made the connection. Here Mercer Health Sisters had been in the news for acquiring our hospital last month. Shape-eyes, this man was now my boss's boss's boss the night you saved me. I was reviewing acquisition plans for 3 more hospitals, he continued. I was distracted eating alone, not even paying attention to my own meal. That's been my life for the past decade, parent always working, never present. He opened the briefcase and pulled out a folder. "When you are choking to death in a restaurant, certain things become very clear. I realized I built a healthcare empire that I claim helps people, yet I couldn't even recognize the one person who actually saved my life." Inside the folder was a check with more zeros than I'd ever seen made out to me. "This is too much," I said, pushing it back toward him. "I was just doing what anyone would do, but not everyone would do it," he insisted. "And that's not all." He pulled out another document. "Partner job offer to become the director of Earthstem education at their flagship hospital with double my current salary. We need more people like you training our staff," he said. "People who act instinctively to help others, not because it's protocol but because it's who they are." I was speechless. After years of struggling with student loans and sharing a tiny apartment, this opportunity seemed impossible. "Why me?" I finally asked. "You don't even know me," he smiled. "When I couldn't breathe, you didn't ask for my insurance card or if I could afford your help. You just acted. That's the kind of healthcare I want my company to provide." I didn't accept immediately. I asked for time to think, which he respected. As he was leaving, he handed me his personal card. "Whether you take the job or not, the money is yours," he said. "You gave me a second chance at life. I spent the past 3 weeks reevaluating how I live mine this morning. I gave notice at my current job next month. I start as director of Earthstem education, where I'll help implement a new emergency response training program. Sometimes the smallest actions have the biggest consequences, and sometimes the person you save might just turn around and save you right back. I still eat at that Italian restaurant every Friday. The owner now calls it the lucky table and refuses to let me pay. I've started leaving the money under my plate instead. Parent, some habits are hard to break, even when your life changes overnight."